Okay. Restream got us. Twitch got us. And live stream. I mean, YouTube. YouTube is. Well, I'll get there. YouTube's just showing a black screen. Okay, here we go. YouTube got us. And. Is this working? Yeah. Okay. Welcome to Code Hangout number 206. Today, we're going to do a bunch of planning. I'm in dire need to collect all my different schedules and plans together and stuff, and I have a bunch of Trello boards and I have GitHub wikis and issue lists and all this sort of thing. Puzzle Features wiki is okay. So for example, here I have a whole repo where I haven't put anything yet. Okay, good to know. Unless I used it as a project, because I've got a couple of projects also where I'm using the project features of GitHub. Okay, so web issues. Okay, so that's just an issue list. So this one is nothing for now. This one, look at V1. Okay, so that has an issue list with 2 issues. Okay, we can. Well, let's make a few lists and mark a few things down. So we're gonna try to do a few things, right? One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to collect a bunch of lists and organize them a little bit. I have Miro open here. I've never used it before, but maybe we can use it a little bit to put things into some sort of relation, maybe, express where things are and diagrams and all things like that. For now, here I have a couple of things that I've done a while ago. Let's make a couple of separate lists. Okay, 1 second, I had a restream support check. Okay, that was good. Need to close that. Okay, so let's see. We definitely want, we kind of want to have things by priority, but we also have like kinds of things. We have sort of mega features like mobile app updates and player counts and things like that. But we also want to have like bug fixes and minor things and so on and so forth. So let's make a couple of lists. We have features here. We have, and maybe we separate them by website features, and because something like the mobile app refresh is not really a feature as such, it's more like a system, right? And I don't have a good name for that. I think this is what they call epics. You see, plan backlogs or tasks. That's a task list. Feature wish list. That's for. Yeah, sort of a feature wish list. This is sort of a 2025 task. It's an old list. Okay, so let's start with this one. So we have let's kind of split them up here. So we'll say we have mega features, and I'm gonna make sure this is big enough. We have minor features. Let's just make 2 categories for now. We have issues. Let's start with those, right? And then maybe we'll categorize things down into, we'll figure it out. I don't know if I'm gonna do a Trello board right away. I like Trello. I like the way it kind of lets you move things around. Let's get rid of this card. But I have so many Trello boards that let's put things into text first, and then we can maybe do Trello boards after the fact. Okay, so mega features. Obviously we have, we'll split the mobile app refresh into 2 parts, right? So we'll do mobile app, and the mobile app includes the Steam app, just the app, right? Let's call it app, right? App update. Let's see. Fix. Let's see, storage fix and and engine update. All right, and then app refresh. Update. The thing is, what I want to do with the app is I really want to do a major update. I want to build a new user interface with new features and things like that. Maybe change a little bit exactly what it does. But I'm struggling with the terminology really, because yeah, we want to update it, but in a major way, right? So this is really a fix, right? So let's call it 1.0 update, and then up 2.0, right? New UI and puzzle management, right? I think that'll be kind of the app 2.0 thing. And I'm just gonna bullet it like this. So that takes care of this one. Player accounts, major feature, but it's not really a feature. It's more like it'll have sub features, right? I wonder if Miro has like a way of doing nested lists. Like if I put, let's see, can I have a node, a grid, a frame, prototyping, create such prototypes using your elements, templates. Like I really want a nested list that I can just branching out, kind of a mind map type thing, maybe. Like, what does this look like? Let's see, because if it's only one level, that's not going to be useful. Can I? Ah, yes, I can. Okay, maybe this is sure, you know. So let's call the top Sudoku pad 2025, right? And that's kind of the label of this, is what I want to do this year with Sudoku pad. And then we'll have something like app. Then we'll say 1.1 update store 1.1, and then how do I delete this? Can I shift delete? No, no, plus no. How do I make this go away? Like that? Okay. So then what we can do here is we'll do something like storage fix engine update import fix. All right. Yeah, nope, go away. And then here we'll call it 2.0. And once again, I should have pressed enter here, and then we'll do plus here, and then we'll say new puzzle UI, puzzle, what do we call them? Groups, puzzle groups, right? Like folders and directories and things like that. We want to do cross device or cloud save, and we'll put all this stuff in here. Right. All right. Okay. Player accounts is a huge thing, right? Let's call them user accounts, because that includes players and other things, right? So here we can say player accounts, and then we can say something like puzzle progress cloud saves, etc. Which cloud saves always means can continue puzzle in different platforms, maybe in the mobile app, etc., etc. Puzzle progress, blah blah blah. Puzzle feedback. Setter subscriptions. All right, user accounts. All right, then we'll have under user accounts, we also have, can I get rid of that floaty bar? Can we make this smaller? Can I make the floaty bar go away? References, align objects, reduce motion for all threads. Go stars, profile settings. Integrations, insights, apps, security, users. No, I don't really want profile settings. I want I want points on board, scroll bars, object dimensions under view. Let's get rid of that. Board. I want to get rid of that floaty toolbar. Let me see. Mirror, hide, floaty toolbar. And hold down shift. So if I hold down shift, okay. Yeah, and then the moment I forget. All right, so for example, this can be setter accounts. I don't know yet. We'll have other kinds of accounts here, admins and things like that. In fact, I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so that takes care of these. So things like, now obviously one of the things that I always struggle with these tools is things like puzzle publishing fits into various things, you know, like setters will publish puzzles, you know. But let's put it here for now. Puzzle publishing. Right. Then here we can do things like puzzle feed, channel, puzzle testing. And then can we connect it maybe to here? Boom, like that. Puzzle publishing, puzzle analytics, puzzle feedback, solver feedback. Let's call these solver accounts. Cool. All right. I want to keep calling it mobile app, but then I don't want to exclude the Steam app, but we'll see. All right. Puzzle publishing, sysup dashboard. So let's call this sysups for now. Server dashboard. This should be what do we call them? We have services, status, reload / refresh caches, services / caches, things like that, right? We want to have logging and reporting, and we want to have backups, automatic backups, and we want to have deployments and testing. And we kind of want to automate some of these things and make them a little bit better than they are currently. So that's the sysups, automated backups and failover. Sure, yeah, we can add failover. Server / service failover. I don't know how you spell failover in English. One word, two words, failover. In German, it would be one word. Failover. Yeah, it's one word in English. Cool. All right, puzzle market. That's a big one. Puzzle market. Sell puzzle packs. Purchase. Browse and purchase puzzle packs. So then how would I connect that? Would I do something like this? Like if I do .e, we probably want to move this closer to the setter accounts. Cool. This is dashed, this is dotted. Can I change this to dashed? Like this one? Yeah, all right, all right. Can I change these to have outlines? Ah. Yeah, I'd like these to be round outlines, please. Don't know about the colors, but sure. All right, it's starting to get bigger. It's starting to get bigger. Okay. Then solver accounts get connected to this. Also with a dashed line. And can I select multiple of these and change them all? Like, and then just do this. Hey, look at that. Maybe not the final feature list. Can I do this? Nope. I think there's something about the connecting line it doesn't like. Maybe I can select these two at once. Yeah, yeah. All right, cool, cool, cool. All right, automatic backups. So login reporting, obviously we want to. Hey, Chameleon. I'm doing all right. I hope my computer doesn't crash today. I had a lot of blue screens lately. Bit boring. I hope there's not some hardware failure underneath it all. Puzzle market. So we also want, if I do this, can I say puzzle discovery? Then probably, so we probably want to move these about by sort of importance and stuff. So let's put the app at the bottom. I think user accounts and puzzle publishing are pretty high up. Puzzle discovery, search and search. Puzzle search. Let's just call it search. I don't think we need to pull out directories separately. Yeah, crashing has been a bit of an issue lately. I ran a memory test, but it just rebooted afterwards, and I don't know what the results are. I haven't even had the time yet to find out if there's a log written somewhere. So, puzzle discovery. We want a search. We want categorization. Tagging. Let's just call it tagging. I think that's kind of... Ooh, what the hell is this line doing? Ooh. This should be a dashed line. Oh, all right. Here we go. All right. Can I make these different colors? Maybe let's make this one, make the setter account green. But then we want to make all the setter lines also green. They all fit together. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I think that basically takes care of everything I've written here. So we can ignore this for a moment, and we can start going here. Let's think about Project 9x9. I think that's a whole separate major thing, right? So we want to do educational Project 9x9, right? Let's put that here. Let's keep the sysops and the app stuff further down because it's kind of technical, right? We kind of have weird, like, what's user facing, what's, you know, for example, I don't even have a place yet for just basic puzzle features. And I'm not sure if I should put something that's a feature in the engine under one of these or just high up as Sudoku Pad itself, right? So for example, Puzzle Pack Shop is really, you know, Puzzle Market. Puzzle Pack Shop. So I think that, yeah, we can just link both of these because, you know, it's one, you know, the shop is one thing here. All right, so puzzle plagiarism, puzzle comparison system, because that would be used also by the puzzle puzzle publishing system, right? You know what? I actually no. I don't want to do that. I want to have these also with an outline like that. I think I want everything with an outline. Otherwise, you don't know where things connect to. Puzzle comparison system. Let's this gets a bit vague because the systems kind of get large, kind of like classroom management, things like that. Courses or group management. And because like things like the animation system, I guess they fall under this. Tutorials and training. Tutorials, comma, training and teaching. Let's kind of let's see. All right, mobile app update, that's covered. Solve stats, right? So solve stats, solver accounts, cloud save, puzzle subscriptions. So let's also create like a new Sudoku pad.app. Let's make this kind of representative of actual features or on the site. And then maybe engine features would be also separate. Oop. So let's move that to the top. And then here we'll do things like I wonder if that would actually be under here. Under discovery? Not really. Actually, where would I categorize something like solve stats, right? Because yeah, it'll appear somewhere, it's on the website, right? But it gets collected when solving. And appearing on the website, where exactly, right? It needs to be as part of a listing, which is kind of discovery, right? So maybe we'll put it here actually. Puzzle, like solve stats, and then puzzle feedback, because we want to collect feedback, right? And I don't know how I'm capitalizing things here. That probably should be small, and that should be small, and probably lots of them should be small. And I'm realizing the text is getting super small. I wonder if maybe now it's time to break it into like two categories, right? Just to break it out. So for example, have maybe the app sysups, like have these kind of like I can go to the other side. Aha, okay, so we can put the sort of technical stuff on this side and then kind of the user-facing stuff on that side, right? And then if we make it bigger, maybe we can all see something useful here. There we go. Oh my god, can we just like that, right? Cool. All right. So these are kind of taken care of. Server-side homebrew analytics. Yeah, that'll be under sysops. So, UI and our local analytics. Toby wants something? Good boy, Toby, good boy. Oh, it's time for Toby's pill. He went to his pill-taking position. Okay, so some of these I've actually done already. That's actually done. Puzzle complete survey API. That's been started, hasn't been finished. So these are kind of technical details. So there's something, part of that is promos. And then we'll want the promos. One of the features is kind of fetch promo on fetch promo, or well, we want to JIT fetch, right? We want to fetch the promo just in time when the puzzle, either when the page is loaded or when the puzzle is shown. And we want to do this with server side promo select. And for now, that's kind of it. But this kind of might get a little bit maybe on the other side almost. Okay, what else do we have? Great first view. That's just for me. Yeah, so then things like these are just features and support and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if like these kind of go all under the site. Maybe I should just call them engine features. But then promos isn't really an engine feature, is it? Site promos. So maybe we can move this to... Can I move this to connect to here? And then maybe move them over to the side. There we go. All right, so 26 letter support on touch. Things like that, right. That's my alert for Toby's meds. And things like large puzzle support on touch. And maybe we'll just do touch support and then put these under that. So we can just put that there, put that there. And then we don't have to write on touch every time. And in fact, we can just put that there, right? Well, so maybe we'll need to break things down a bit further even. In fact, maybe let's put that over on this side and then keep it. Yeah, let's put it here for now. Can I have these lines do weird things? Did I? None? No. Line and none. Can I get rid of the custom line position? Like unlock the line basically. What's this? No, line type. Let's see, Miro, reset line shape. Can I just reset the line? So can I just double click? Here we go. It doesn't do weird curves. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Close this. All right. All right. Patreon things is, you know, and dashboard, to the feature plan, update media, appearances page. So that would be site features, right? So we still need Sudoku pad.app, and then here will be media appearances, puzzle wiki, things like global stats, etc. Right? Things like that, kind of separate pages, you know. Yes, Puzzle Hall of Fame. Puzzle Hall of Fame. Let me just send this to somebody. Just a second. Wait. Oh, they've just invited. All right. All right. So, Puzzle Hall of Fame, yeah. We were okay. Update counter stats, touchpad gestures. Yeah, so where we go. We have a whole thing for touch features, don't we? Detect /support Gestures. All right. Setter dashboard. Yeah, setter accounts. Dashboard. And solvers, they should have a dashboard too. Dashboard. Right. And the dashboard should probably be at the top. And the other things are kind of features and whatnots. All right. Extra puzzle tool buttons into separate code. Well, I'm actually bringing in some help, so obviously not all of this is going to happen in 2025. So maybe that's fair to 2030. All right, that's actually not a 5-year plan. Is not actually terrible. We probably want to have. This is weird. Maybe I can do this. Because that's like super technical stuff. So maybe we want to do code refactor. Refactoring. Nope, refactor. It's fine. Refactor. That looks weird. Separate engine from UI. Separate engine from separate engine, I'm a renderer, and UI. Those three things need to be separate. Other things, another major sort of backend thing I think is public APIs, and that'll be things like thumbnails, puzzle similarity, puzzle duplicates. I don't know if that'll be public. It might be paid, but it'll be public. Similarity for now, sure. Other APIs, puzzle metadata, things like that, right? Maybe puzzle stats, since people are already pulling these things. Puzzle stats, but probably not setter or solver stats. I want to just call it 2025 plus plus, but 2030 is maybe a good thing, because then I can basically put these into slots, right? So for example, the app, this would be 2025, but this might be 2026, right? Things like that. Handle cross-site issues with uncached puzzles better and show proper error message. So other code refactors, we probably want to have server-side puzzle rendering. So I'd like to have the SVG of the empty puzzle cached on the server and delivered. So we skip that first 300 milliseconds or something, where we're waiting for the puzzle to get loaded and things like that. Yeah, like there's a lot of technical stuff like replay data refactoring and things like that. Triple clicking a digit to also select all cells with pencil mark. Wait. Triple clicking a digit to also select all cells with a pencil mark. Yeah, so these are like minor features. And maybe I shouldn't call them engine features, right? Because they just affect all sorts of things, right? They need the UI, they need the different subsystems, so on. Things like pencil mark colorings, pencil mark selection, etc., etc. Code refactor. I don't actually like that because I don't want to limit it to that. Refactor and improvement. Better error page. All right. Predefined supported symbols, icons. All right. So we want to have a specific set of symbols that is just, you know, features, spread of dark mode. Now, improvements like that, do I want them under features or do I want to have a separate improvements and fixes category? Maybe we'll just call it improvements. No. So, dark mode. What's the other one? Letter mode. So these need specific improvements. What was it? Line mode. We have coloring. Line or pen tool. And under pen tool, it'll be, what was it? Corner marking. More corner / edge markings. I think Thomas mentioned that. Predefined support symbols like using something else instead of digits to. It's more like instead of Unicodes, it's kind of instead of people putting arbitrary Unicodes in there, it's kind of like a preset list of well supported icons for puzzle setting. So in other words, that a puzzle setter knows if they put a bird in it, it'll look the same on all platforms and it'll always be available and not depend on installed Unicode character fonts and all that sort of thing. So refactor improvements. Maybe we'll categorize these under server. So that'll be, these would be all under server, right? Separate engine server, then we'll have code. We put that under code. And then things like database, so we'll have puzzle DB, and then we can say additional metadata. And then we can do something like tagging. So tagging can be used for features and searches and things like that. Let's see. Additional checker rules. Okay, well, multi-digit support. Yeah. Multi-digit. That's been on the list since day one, pretty much. More user settings. Ooh. Refactor improvements. Blah, blah, blah. UI. Better settings dialog. And then we'll code server possibly I want to have a place basically where to put things like, what's the word? Kind of, if we're going to have a lot of settings, we want to be able to easily import, export, know where they are, cloud save them, all that sort of thing. So the settings need to be structured better. So it's kind of, I don't want to call it front-end data, but it really is. We have puzzle database. It obviously has nothing to do with it. It's not really code. So we'll just say user data, better settings, storage. I'll keep it for that for now, but that needs some more details. All right, cell encoding for select all. Improve cell encoding for select all. I didn't add any details, so I don't actually. What the heck is going on here? This looks weird. Okay, I don't know. I don't remember what I meant by that. Improve cell encoding. Got high support. So that's like features, but puzzles. Gatai support via large puzzle UI. Where is the large puzzle support here? So maybe this should be, so we should have large puzzle UI. I mean, it already exists, right? Then we can do something like this. Nope, I want to do this. And then we can do Can I not line out the back? Apparently not. Okay. It'll have to be like this for now. From 3 days ago? You mean 3 years ago? Yeah, the settings, they tell a story. They really tell a story. I don't even know if this is under features, but yeah. Checker. Mini killer. I mean that's just endless, but that's kind of at least I have a place where I can write it, where I can put these things, right? Let's see, what did I put here? Title, subname, credit link. Okay, so that's specific, the metadata. So under puzzle DD, we can DB, we can do things like, well, addition, but yeah, let's, because with the project 9x9, there's the layout system coming up. My god, this is growing. It's growing so much. Puzzle publishing, should that be under setter? Yeah, let's get rid of that for now because we have it here. So puzzle market, these are really under sudoku.app, but since that can also, yeah, well, that's kind of the structure lets me organize this bit. But I feel like I want fewer second levels and more third levels, right? So I want to group some of these, like user accounts and, well, user accounts, we have solver accounts, setter accounts. We kind of did that here already. Yeah, but the problem is I need to, like, like, how do I write these tooltips, right? I don't want to just have a mess of, like, smashing a bunch of JavaScript into there. The settings need to be organized because the problem right now is the settings come from various places. There's not a list of settings, right? So there's a plugin system, there's a tool system, there's a feature system, there's like 3-4 different systems, and many of them push settings into it, and sometimes settings have multiple settings, etc., right? So I need a better settings API internally that has, that stuff attached to it. And then, oh, did my video freeze? My video is frozen on Restream. Okay, it looks okay on YouTube, and on Twitch, I don't know. I don't see anything on Twitch. Is it not working on Twitch right now? It says offline. That's not good. Am I offline on Twitch right now? Apparently I am, and that was the problem last time as well. Let me see if I can force a reconnect. Let's kill that one and restart it. Because that was a problem last time as well. Yeah. Restream isn't... Maybe because my bitrate is too high? I'm not sure. Uh-oh. I don't like that Restream is also frozen for me. Like, Restream is having some issues. I have enough issues of my own. I don't need Restream issues to go and help along. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. It says I'm streaming 43 minutes, but it says I'm live, but it also says that I'm offline. So I don't know what's happening here. It just says streaming. Am I streaming to the wrong tests and codes? I don't know. 1 second. Restream Twitch offline. Let me see. Did I last time? I think I used my multi-stream plugin push to Twitch. If I do this, failed connect to stream because probably it's somehow it's connected and disconnected at the same time. So if I disconnect via restream, the problem is then I don't think the chat will work. And if I do start here, Failed to connect to stream. The problem is I don't know why. It doesn't tell me why it's failing. This feels familiar. Didn't I do the same thing last time? If I do this and then start. Okay. It's said it's started. But did it start? Not according to the stream manager. Still says offline. And now my computer's, I think, struggling. It's not too bad. But this is definitely not working. What's going on with Twitch? Is it the bitrate? Because I'm trying to push too many bits. Twitch max bitrate. Maybe because I went up to 10,000. Okay, let's see what Twitch says about the bitrate. Maybe just rejecting the stream because the bitrate is too high? Twitch suggests all broadcasters, blah, blah, blah. Broadcast duration is when the video data does not arrive in a timely fashion or is completely missing. When there's network problems between you and Twitch. Or your network. It's not too high. I have plenty of bandwidth available. I have absolutely no problem pushing the bitrate. At least, supposedly. All the tools tell me that everything is fine. So let's see. Read delta, write delta, IO. It should be there. There doesn't seem to be a specific limit. The limit of this suppressor that can cause similar problems. Why is it? Yeah, I need to reduce the bitrate, I guess. Well, Twitch, that sucks. Because I am sending the data to Twitch and then Twitch just says I'm offline. Like, what the heck? It just says stream health. Stream info. Stream preview. Actions, add unbrand request, mod actions, stream health. It just says offline. Twitch inspector. I don't know if that I can't put it on the screen because I don't know if it'll reveal something or not. Well, it's not too good, but it definitely can handle 10 kilobit streams. Okay, it wants an authenticator code. I'll deal with that later. Well, let's toggle that back on. Yes, I guess we can refresh this as well now. Thank God, I don't trust Restream at all. And my multi-output, I'm gonna stop that one. And I'm gonna toggle that one back on. Yeah, I'm guessing Twitch doesn't like the 10K because I think since I've updated that, it's not been working well. All right, let us. I think I was starting to look into the layout system because we have. I don't even have that here, right? So this goes under features, I suppose. Custom layouts. Now I don't know exactly. Like I don't want to drag this over here, but. Like later on, I'd like to be able to tag these things because, for example, for me, things like custom layouts, they are also for, they're really more like a feature for like streamers and things like that, you know, people who, or YouTubers, you know, people who make videos and things like that. All right, let's go through the rest of these. So custom checkers, we can say, we can put all of these in here. Lunchbox. I mean, some of these are probably never going to happen, but you know. Drop key. Thermos. What did I put on option settings here? Okay. Most time for game resumes. So this would be like refactor improvements. I guess we can do bug fixes here, right? Bug fixes. So what is this? Unpause timer can resume, prevent gameplay if timer is paused. Timer. Unpause on unpause/pause correctly on certain dialogues. Right, I'm sure we'll find more of those. Better selection. So maybe we'll put these under here. Selection tools. I had one of them. Yeah, we can put that one under here. Let's select all. Yeah, optional setting for keep timer and restart puzzle. Oh, that's done. Cool. That's actually done. Oh. Timer controls idle tap detection. Yeah. Idle detection. Timer time repair on puzzle complete. So basically, if you have forgotten to unpause, it should be able to figure out, you know, auto unpause when you finish a puzzle. Or maybe auto unpause, or like a auto unpause warning if you continue a puzzle. Auto unpause warning. So basically, maybe if you didn't pause and you start playing your puzzle after maybe up to 5 or 10 actions, it'll warn you, and you can say, no, don't warn me again, in case you actually want to play while paused. I'll have to understand time with player activity, enter multi-digits. Yeah, we've marked that. Settings page with colorblind features. So under settings, user data. Actually, we can just say settings, because there's a lot of stuff for settings. Better setting storage, color editor, and then we also want a key bind or input bindings. So we want to be able to edit key bindings and clicks and all this sort of stuff. All right, sample puzzle, create feature sample puzzle, check size, stick to the colors. Yeah, so that might be under refactor improvement. What should I call that? Maybe testing sample puzzles. We want some puzzles that stress certain kind of features, etc., right? I'm starting to get too wide. The problem is, I think it's always as high as the last level. Like, it doesn't overlap at all. So I don't think I can make it shallower. Really, I can just make it more triangular. Because, like, this is not all backend either. Maybe the central part, maybe we'll have more of those. Like, what is this component, right? Kind of, if I take one of these, or if I take one of these, I Control C and I put that there. So maybe we'll have this in the title, right? And then we'll have two things separately side by side, like one with maybe backend stuff and one with front end stuff. So maybe I could just pull this one. Like if I, can I not select this line? can I make this a independent parent object, right? Like if I detach. I don't know what this kind of shape is called either. Let's see. If I go here, mirror, detach mind map shape. Can I just detach a shape? Yeah, but that doesn't work for mind mapping. It will move it to a different parent, but okay. Mirror, mind map, make node parent. Like if I want to do this. Oh no. Ooh, okay. Wait. Ooh, I can collapse. Ooh, okay, sorry. That's actually really good. Then we don't actually have to deal with this mess, right? So for example, we can just wait, how did I okay, so a little circle. Oh, that's what the minus is. The minus is not for deleting. Okay. All right, so for now we can just do that for now. Right. Okay, that's actually good enough. Improvements, dark mode, letter mode. Okay, that probably should be here. Refactor and move. So bug fixes, testing, plus existing, improve existing features. Right, and then we can just move these over here. Put that one over here. Nope. Just minify those, minify that. That. Yeah, I was hoping to maybe have two separate ones, but I haven't got a good idea yet of what should be that global separation. Should it be front end, back end? Should it be user facing, technical, etc., you know? All right, I think we've done this column. We're here now somewhere. Colorblind settings page with colorblind features, create feature cell. Yeah, so I think we should have dark mode, letter mode. We should also have, I think accessibility should be its own, which isn't spelled like that at all. Color blind support. It's not just a mode, you know what I mean? It'll involve things like dashed patterns, you know, background patterns, things like that, right? So line patterns, line and fill patterns, better color schemes. And then probably as part of this, would it be under maybe here? User settings, gallery, color palettes, layouts. So I want a place where users can share things, right? Right. Colorblind support is really on the setter. Well, yes and no. Yes and no. Because for example, right now there's no way for setters to easily replace colored shapes with textured patterns and stuff. it's got to be a little bit of a co-op, right? Maybe in the future, instead of setters drawing a picture, they will actually, you know, like if I support certain things as primary things, so for example whisper lines, you draw a whisper line instead of a line with a certain thickness and a certain color, then I can say, okay, a whisper line is green, but in color mode it's a dashed line or something, you know. So, you know, it's not just a very small low level feature, it's like a bigger higher level way of thinking about things. Philomeno support. Okay, where do I have puzzles? Here, so we go. Philomeno support. Under app, I think we can also say puzzle importer, documentation, better UI, publicize. I don't know, sometimes I spell things whoops, the UK way, and sometimes I spell things the US way. I'm mixed, very, very mixed. Nope. I don't like that. Can I maybe break these down or combine these further? Puzzles, multi-digit support, checker, custom layout, selection tools. Just say selection here. Multi-digit, pen tool, predefined. Maybe I should separate new tools versus other things. Pencil mark, coloring. Yeah, that's kind of a separate thing. Add option for text labels on control buttons. Don't even know what that means. Internal clock to sync, play, replay, and other time information. Okay. Read those visual clarity, colors, and lines. Cut and paste, pencil marks, candidates, colors, etc. Paste to all highlighted. Okay. So that's just more cut, and paste. Just more of it. I mean, that could go under refactored improvements as well. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if this should be over here. Yeah, maybe these should be, maybe this should be here, and then that should be under that, and then that should actually also be here. The colors are kind of all over the place though. And then maybe this goes under improve existing features. All right. Then maybe what we can do is we can say new features as like a group, and then large puzzle. I'll still, because it's still under experimental, I mark that under new, even though it kind of exists already. Custom layouts is a new feature. This would be new feature. Pencil mark color would be a new feature. And then we can do that, and we can do that. Colors are all over the place now. Search for less about cosmetic, more implement smarter accessibility. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in the format. Like I can do it potentially by detection, which is I do already a lot. It's just the system needs to be organized better. Okay, we're almost at the bottom of this list, I think. Cut and paste, paint mode. Oh yeah, paint mode for entering colors and perhaps other things. Yeah, we have that already, markup and paint mode. So we'll do that under new features. Mark up tool. I don't think if it's a mode. You see, like even what's a mode, what's a tool, what it means, etc. Puzzle wiki, glossary of rules, tutorials and tutorials, and practice the samples. What would I call like a list of sort of representative puzzles? Kind of like, hey, if you've never touched a certain type of constraint, you know, play this puzzle and it'll light up all your light bulbs, etc. Let me think. Tutorials and practice. Example puzzles. So I'm just gonna write it out. When in doubt, write it out. Okay. Paint mode, highlight candidate and pencil digits on selection for value digits. Okay. I think selection, pencil mark selection, highlight pencil marks on digit selection. Sure, that'll cover that. This one, I think, isn't it? That's a thing already. Why is it in my backlog? That's been around forever. Is that the old features? Oh yeah, it's an old features thing, okay. Okay, that's also done. That's done, that's done. Checker. Like that's one that can be just endlessly long, right? Sandwich we already have. Enter letters. Puzzle editor. Now that's like a major thing. This we don't need. Where would that go? Nope, that's not what I want to do. I wanted to get rid of that. We probably want to do this. Puzzle editor. That's kind of, I'm going to leave that vague because I'm not sure if that's even something I should be doing. Said I can tell you that every automatic feature detection Sudoku pad makes me cry. Sorry. No one wants the software to suddenly highlight anti-night conflicts because they will dare to include the night work. Yeah, yep. That's why it needs to be better. And I'm more thinking about like looking at the lines and so on and so forth. But Chameleon, the major improvement I think to that is the publishing feature actually. Because the publishing feature will basically tell you, it's got to convert this sort of bad format into an internal format with the details in it. And at that point, it'll tell you what it thinks, what's going on, and then give you the option to correct it or to, you know, to at least know what the puzzle sees. And maybe even let you know that you've forgotten something, or it's not as you thought it would be, right? Okay, I think this is this list done. Did we finished this one, right? This was kind of more recent, more high level. Puzzle adventures, that's like a separate thing. I wonder, maybe we'll put this as a sort of major sort of sub-projects, spin-offs. Let's call them spin-offs. And maybe we'll leave this for now, but in a way, Project 999 is a spin-off, right? So maybe that'll go under spin-offs. And then here we can have puzzle adventures. And I probably don't need to go through that right now. Yeah, that's pretty old as well. All right, what's next? What's next? What else we got? Feature wish list. All right, show icons for some global constraints rules. We have some of those, so it'll be improving existing features. Show or highlight global constraints with constraints with icons. Screenshot feature, that's done. Dark mode improvements, well, it's never ending. Killer calculator. I don't think I have to say more. There's like so many things, like some arbitrary cells, improve perf. Yeah, a bunch of stuff there. Custom color palettes exist. So that exists, but I'm not sure how far I've pushed that. Improve better background image support. Support URLs tool, conflict check pencil marks. I think we do, that's also done. Isn't that done? Oh. When was that? Feature is transparent a separate color instead of delete. Transparent a separate color instead of delete. Yeah, that's kind of the case, I think. Yeah. All right, let's see. Hints, yes. Puzzle hints. Now, it's both a feature as well as like part of the puzzle database, right? Puzzle hints. So certain things will appear in different places and mean different things, really. Yep. That's why, like, I want to funnel everything through the puzzle publishing process. So there'll be basically, in a weird way, there'll be like 2 tiers of puzzles. There'll be the old puzzles, the unorganized, the puzzles that are in the database right now, and that process will still exist, and people can still do things the way they want. And then there will be the sort of full-fat, high-quality members of puzzles that have been published and went through the publishing process, and now they have proper information, they're confirmed, I have permissions on them, I know what the setter wants me to do with the puzzles. In fact, maybe that's a huge major thing that I need to add somewhere. We probably want to add it under here. Puzzle, what is it? Not permission, licensing? Rights, management. And then that goes really also under setter accounts, puzzle testing, puzzle publishing, puzzle rights and permissions, puzzle feature detection. We also want to do puzzle validation. Metadata editing. We want them to be able to modify metadata, right? We want to have additional information about more author info. Tester credits. Authorship and tester credits. Don't need that then. Something like that, I suppose. For the solvers, we probably want puzzle organization. History and just progress history, perhaps. Categories. Yeah, because I want people to be able to say, hey, you know, I want to bookmark, I want to do, so we kind of do like likes, bookmarks, and setter feedback. Rating. Yeah. All right, what else we got? Head rating. Support huge grids with pan and zoom. Yeah, so that's the large puzzle UI. Large puzzle UI. We want to do subgrid rendering. You know, we want to be able to render the puzzle as a set of subgrids to be able to manage performance on certain devices. Puzzle pack / hunt. Wait, would that be under puzzle format or new feature? No, these are mostly like UI things, while this is more like format. But this is also kind of format, so maybe I'll leave it here. It's kind of a major feature. All right, so let's see. Cosmetic editor, setter feed subscriptions, setter subscriptions, puzzle feed channel, setter channel slash feed subscriptions. Okay, cloud sync, cloud saves. Okay, iOS background color notch issue. Okay, that's maybe you can. Ooh, maybe we can put that under here. We're going to iOS. We'll do notch issue. Notch slash background color issue. Actually, we want to do issues, and then we can just move that under that. Like that. Cool, cool, cool. All right, I think that's done with this list. We have more lists. Which one is this? Second edition features. Okay, games on Apple Store, Android, yada yada yada. We probably want. Maybe we'll add that here. Included puzzle refresh. And put that here. Advanced hints. Yeah, all right. Puzzle intros. Intros. What did I mean by that? Ah, okay, like meta. Oh, okay, yeah. That should be here actually under metadata, maybe. What's the word for like additional flavor? Flavor. That's it. Flavor. Flavor. Intro slash outro text. I want people to be able to add text to the puzzle that's not just the description, right? Like flavor text that currently some people squeeze into the descriptions. Now this is particularly for an update of the app or a different kind of app. So yeah, new puzzle UI puzzle groups, map slash visual navigation. So it could be a menu, but it could also be like a 2D map kind of thing. Under layout, do I want to add theming? Where did I have layout? Is that under... where did I put layout? Nope. I'm still confused if it's the minus or the plus. Layout. Appears special settings gallery selection existing sphere, existing letter mode, killer calculator, dark mode, or cut and paste. Maybe that should be under puzzles actually. Where was... I did something with layout, so is there a search function here? Layout. Custom layouts under new features, and layouts under user gallery settings. User settings gallery. Okay, layouts. Yes, makes sense. And the custom layouts was... where was the custom layouts? Oh no, did it? No, it didn't. Oh, why is this over here? Wait a second. Yeah, that shouldn't be there. Custom layouts, here we go. No, I forgot what I want. Oh yeah, layouts, custom layouts, new features, custom layouts. Would that be under custom layouts? Not exactly. UI themes. Things like, you know, I'd like to have a choice for what the description box looks like. Maybe a rounded, you know, simpler layout that's not that weird thing that I cloned from early CTC videos and things like that. Ooh, okay, my brain is starting to get fried. I haven't been. How long is this? The stream is not very long so far. Not even 8 yet. How long is the stream been? Tell me. YouTube doesn't want to tell me. Where can I find out? Started 80 minutes ago. Okay, fair enough. All right. Woo. World navigation, fancy hints, puzzle intros, visual level up for puzzles. Sure. Rules boxes error to be backported to web. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Because this was, I think, specifically for the app. Human AI ins or lower text illustration for puzzle groups, including, okay. Hidden ARG game for the whole community, sure. Creation was sensitive with puzzle import export, new experimental features, on-off custom code puzzles. Oh yeah, we also want to do things like one up, so like puzzle problems support, one cell puzzle support. Like I want to have first class support for these kind of puzzles as well. Illustrations for puzzles, endless puzzles. Is this under spin-offs? Maybe it's under here. Endless puzzles. Large puzzle collections. Generated puzzles. Maybe. All right. Early steam or web post, Stokopad web post puzzle. We also want to have a roadmap, public roadmap. No, we don't have to add public, and we want to have developer blog, and then we might want to have puzzle news, puzzle community news, something like that. Yeah, but I would like to have it supported more specifically, like kind of like maybe as a sequence, because it kind of ties in with some stuff I want to do for the occasional things, like where I want to have literally courses and tutorials. Like I'd like to have interactive tutorials where you can, you know, it tells you put a thing here and then something happens. So in fact, that's one other major feature, which is the animation thing, but that's like a technical thing. Where would that fit? This is like a new feature, but it's like new tech. I mean, is this a new feature? It's not really a new feature. It's new tech that I need to build. Where would that go? Refactor and improvement, public APIs, puzzle editor. Maybe that goes on the spin-offs. Let's add it over here for now. So we want to have visual animation system. And then this would be used for tutorials, multi-puzzle games, like puzzle hunts and things like that. Tutorials, little puzzle games, fancy hints. I don't know, whatever. All right, we've gone through this. We have one more here. I think this is Okay, that's a time plan. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this was about Toby working with, okay, I was thinking about names and stuff. All right, I'm on a custom layout, puzzle thumbnail generation. So I think that we have under public APIs, we have thumbnails, puzzle similarity, puzzle metadata, puzzle stats. Okay. I don't think I'm going to transcribe all these issue reports for now. But maybe we can go through these roughly. Are you going to support embedding SudokuPad in other pages? If you could learning management system. Yeah, no, that's what Project 9x9 is all about, right? In fact, let me see. It'll look something like this. You know, so this would be a different website, and then, you know, it'll be embedded, and then, you know, you'll add some custom layouts like something like this, and you embed that, and, you know, bada bing, bada boom, right? And if you look at the importer, it already does that. So for example, the importer embeds SudokuPad for this preview. So this is an embedded SudokuPad. Really? Where is he? Yeah, that's Toby. That's not Toby. Actually, is that Toby? No, that's not even Toby. No. What am I saying? That's not Toby. That is not Toby. One second. That's Toby. That's Toby having a drink. That's Toby trying to get the ring back from me. Oh, it doesn't want to play. All right, never mind. That's Toby waiting for Gretchen to come home by the door. That's Toby's belly that has weird spots on it. Yeah, he's had a couple of medical issues lately, so we're kind of hyper alert at the moment, which is quite stressful. All right, let's go through these. Advanced sound, we've covered that. Difficulty rating is covered in various places. Mouse screen does not work on devices with touchpads. That's under refactor, bug fixes. Mouse scrolling does not work on devices. For large puzzles, scrolling is needed, but two users I've recommended a puzzle to are unable to scroll. Both use mouse and laptop. Scrolling works perfectly for me on a desktop with a mouse. The user was able to scroll by using gestures on the touchpad, while the other user's touchpad is non-functional because I'm unable to play. Okay. I mean, it's kind of under this, but let's see. Let's put this under touchpad. Conflict between mouse and touchpad. The thing is, this is probably not something I'll fix generally. It's probably something I'll fix as part of the large puzzle UI. So it's going to be tricky where these kind of things go in there. So this is not really a great place for that. Like, there'll be just an issue list somewhere separately. Puzzle progress occasionally gets corrupted. Yeah, it's not really part of this kind of. Wrong letter on alternate keyboard layouts. Okay, I guess that's a bug fix we can add. Keyboard layouts. Letter tool uses wrong letters. Yeah, I think it's because I'm using key codes instead of like characters and stuff, and they get reported the same for the same button, but even if the letter's different or something like that, I don't know. All right, 8 memoir cells. In some research, puzzle featured an 8 memoir row that allowed the solver to keep track of contextuals. Right? I thought it would be nice to add an additional set of cells enabled through the settings menu. How the killer cage calculator or the pen tool can be enabled if the 8 memoir row can function like normal cells with pencil mark calculator. Addition. Okay, so I guess that would be under like here. Solver notes and additional or optional aid or assist row / call off cells. The numbers that are considered non-prime, I'm looking at you. All right. Yep, makes sense. Control Shift unresponsive on Firefox. Okay. Keyboard layouts. Keyboard. Wrong letters or alternate layouts. CTRL/shift issue on Firefox. I mean, there's so many of these little things. They might not be generally on Firefox, they might be just for one specific person, right? Oh, jeez, okay. Oh, did I? Yeah. CMD plus handling on Safari. Safari fails. Old font renders wrongly, yeah. So missing fonts is just generally a problem. Unicode stuff. Hide time on results pop up if timer hidden in settings. Okay, it's actually an easy one. Hide in results if timer is hidden. Fair enough. Feature request button to mark cells with possibilities and button to erase invalidated marks. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff related to like auto cleanup and stuff. I'm aware of them. They should probably go somewhere here. Auto marking / clearing of pencil marks. Marking and clearing pencil marks with existing features. Improved handling of transparent color. Okay. There was something that just popped in my head and now I forgot. Like, there's so many things that are always kind of bouncing around the back of my head because I've heard them so many times. This is updating the colors to maximize perception. Yeah, better color things, of course. Replay tool. Replay tool is pretty much busted. Update / improve replay tool. Character some possible repeat readability. Find macro shift plus. Okay, keyboard. How about we'll do Mac OS. And then we'll just put these control in Safari. And then we can do what's the other one? CMD plus backtick in Safari. Now I want to find Firefox where I wrote it and capitalize that as well. Feels unfair that Safari gets a capital S and Firefox doesn't get a capital F. All right, let's minimize some of these again. Minimize that. All right. Long rule text compression pause dialogue off screen. Oh geez. Hey. Okay. Dialogues. Long text can mess up pause dialogue. I don't know if that's still an issue, to be honest. The scrolling should take care of it, but it could be that the pause text happens below the dialogue. Okay, what else we got? F4 shortcut for the pause. Why? And F4 shortcuts. Okay, I think that's something that should be handled by somewhere. I put something about input bindings. Yeah, custom input bindings. And then I think this goes under shared galleries. So input bindings. So people should be able to share their bindings and whatnots. All right. CMD plus backtick, long row text. Okay, we read that. F4, mark solved digits without the solution. Mark solved digits without the solution. Please enter option mark solved digits in a puzzle without a solution. Now, if I understood correctly, mark solved digits only in puzzles with a solution, which is not the case for many puzzles, especially the older ones. Could be even a separate option, mark filled digits with a simple rule. If you put the digit in the 9 cell, it will be marked as filled. If you put a digit in the 9 cells, it will be marked as filled regardless if it's filled correctly or not. I wouldn't have to count the digits all the time. Okay, 2022, I think that's already sorted. I need to clean these up. Some of these are very old. Yeah, so I don't think I want to go further down because they're probably not relevant. Yeah, and the custom key bindings will fix that. So probably under that, we want to do predefined bindings f puzzles, etc. And pa plus etc. Right, so having a list of predefined bindings that make things similar to other existing tools might make sense. All right, Sedora 2.0. So these are all, this is very high level. And I think most of this stuff has already been covered. Yeah, I think under spin-off, I can also do Sudoku pad Discord, which exists, but is not public. Because then I can do things per puzzle, like per puzzle discussions. Because I could have things like a chat channel per puzzle and things like that, right? I don't know if Discord would be a good place for that sort of thing. Let's see what I wrote for puzzle metadata. Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah, setter support links. That would be kind of handled via the setter link, really. Via the setter. Do I want to put this here? Metadata, authorship and tester credits. I don't know, writing additional metadata without actually putting it in there doesn't really make a lot of sense. Social link, cut your intended road or further interaction with the setter. So also feature conflict check and SysLB features. Yeah, we probably want to do layout, custom layout. What do we do? Custom settings. Or maybe recommended settings. Recommended layout. Whoop. Recommended layout. Because I don't want to force people. Like, people might, you know, have something set up that they want to use a certain way. And I'm not sure if this is the right place for this or if it's really under puzzle publishing, right? So let's see, if we go under setter accounts and puzzle publishing, right? Puzzle rights and permissions, customized settings and features, limited settings and features. Stream tool, where would that go? Stream tool. Would that be under spin-offs? Because it's kind of a major separate system. Maybe. Yeah, I think it fits under spin-offs. Streaming tool. Okay. Maybe under here, we'll also add multi-user puzzles. Puzzling. Multi-user puzzling. Yeah, animated features. Like, I still haven't figured out exactly Because Chameleon, you know, I've been wanting to always support the sort of work you do with your own site, sort of as a first-class citizen. And I don't think it's a good idea to just let the puzzle include JavaScript. But then the question is, do I want to have some complex custom language, like a puzzle scripting language that enables these kind of things? And if I do, will it ever be powerful enough to actually support that, you know? So that's still something I haven't quite figured out in my head. Or maybe it's not even a good idea, right? I think QC. Puzzle publishing, puzzle validation, metadata editing, puzzle feature, public testing. So I want to have, yeah, that can be under publishing. So I want to have testing as a way where solvers can sign up as testers. User or user roles, puzzle tester. Like, I want to be able to have solvers be signing up as or registering as puzzle testers, and then setters to just release a puzzle for testing, and then maybe have two levels of testing. You know, one is maybe the setter has its own so for example, let's say alpha testing would be the setter has their own list, right? Custom list or specific list of testers. And then the second one would be beta, public list of setters. So then solvers can sign up as testers, and then setters can create a list of solvers that are their testers, and then they can just send their puzzles for testing and get feedback managed through the system and so on. Yeah, I know. It's going to be sitting in the back of my head for a long time. Maybe I'll just throw it under spin-offs, right? Custom code puzzles, puzzle TV. Like, I hope you don't mind me referencing Puzzle TV. All right, multi-user remote puzzling, puzzle editor, on-screen keyboard for letters on mobile, link management, redirects, A/B testing. Link management. Do we need better link management? I think with the puzzle database, that's actually become mostly moot. I think we've got a pretty good start on this thing. I mean, it's a big thing, right? I don't know if there were. I felt like I had other lists, but like I went through all my. Maybe I cleaned out some of the other Trello boards I had in the past. There is a. Let me try something quickly. Sorry, I got to do that off screen because my workflow board is very big and very messy. But I'm sure I have fractional Sudoku. That's definitely something that somebody asked for. Sorry, I'm poking my nose. It's like a tip of my nose is itching. I don't know why. Fractional Sudoku. And I'm boiling here, even though the AC is on. I don't know. Something about streaming makes me really hot. Yeah, maybe it makes sense for something like Puzzle TV to still sort of do the early testing, but then maybe have a better system in place to more quickly implement certain features. Because I definitely love the idea of animated and movable things, like the taxi feature. But it maybe it would be taxis, maybe it would be more abstract, right? So I'd like to be able to have things be movable and rotatable, and that could be potentially semi-generic, and then different puzzle types could be implemented with that, you know? Let me see. So I have... oh yeah, like the mega features, right? That goes under spin-offs as well. And let me... It's wide enough that doesn't do that. Let us, under spin-offs, let us write... Oops. Minimize that for a sec. Spin-offs. We definitely want to have competition mode. All right. We also want to, maybe under these, maybe we want to have a puzzle describer, puzzle solver kind of tool. I mean, ultimately, that depends on how deep we want to get into into what's the word? Into puzzle editing, right? Solve path analysis. That's just a generic catch-all. This might be an API, this might be a service, this might be just work done, etc. Puzzle hunt. You know, this is the stuff I'm not doing currently, but maybe I don't have to. Maybe I just have to build a system to let other people who are doing it use it. We also want to do maybe that should be on a sudoku.app, right? We kind of want to be able to support offline mode, offline support. I'm just looking at another list that I found. Fog of War would be popular now if not sudoku support. Yeah, and of all the puzzle types that you've worked with, this probably was. Part of me wants to say it's the easiest one because I've already done it, but maybe it wasn't actually that easy. I mean, yes, it's not really animated, but it was actually quite a bit of work to do it, and then to do it well. Like, I fiddled with it quite a while. So maybe some of the other ones wouldn't actually be that much harder, you know? But I haven't tried a second one yet, which bugs me, personally. Offline localization with broadcast observer modes. So stream tool. Where did I put stream tool? Streaming tool. Spin-off streaming tool. Broadcast / observer mode. But it should also be supporting. Jigsaws, yeah. The funny thing is, the code I gotta write for the large puzzle UI, where I want to be able to load parts of puzzles and render them arbitrarily, that might actually be really good foundational tech for supporting Jigsaw type stuff. Where did I put Project 9x9? Educational. So we want to do medical, mental health research, stroke therapy support. Okay, but that's, you know, just sort of vague ideas. I mean, these all came out of mental health tracking. These all came out of discussions I had at SudokuCon. All right, so difficulty ratings. Automatic difficulty ratings. I mean, I'm putting that specifically on a spin-off because I think it's a complex topic that doesn't really fit just as a minor feature under something else. All right. Okay. So we also have the conference in Lisbon. I have some multiple. Oh yeah, okay. So we also have presentation support, presentation tools, preload multiple puzzles as tabs. So I want to have tabs within SudokuPad where you can just preload multiple puzzles and they're cached locally. And that'll go together with offline mode, you know, via manifest files and things like that. I think we can go full screen now. This is small enough and I'm struggling to keep things on the screen as it is. Why are these big? Space right now. All right, let's see what else we got. I'm just going through this list now with notes that I've taken from after the Lisbon conference. Ooh, okay, wait, no. Let me go, yeah. So we have day 1, day 2, and day 3. Oh, geez, okay. All right, full screen presentation mode, custom layout, presentation tools, full screen layout. Should be above here. Survey for folks using SudoPack in presentations. Yeah, I think that's another spin-off, right? So we'll want to have surveys, solver, or what did I call it? I have it here somewhere. The Great Sudoku User Survey. Here we go. The Great Sudoku User. Okay. Conference user survey. Gosh darn it. Gosh dang it, dick. Basically, I want to survey people who use SudokuPad in. Is that? Why is there a black dot? What's this black dot? I was trying to rub that off my screen. Okay. So, killer sums for inset killer cage sums for presentation visibility. All right, maybe that goes under feature improvements. Improved layout of killer cage sums. I mean, that's always been that can always be improved. Multi-channel path, iframes, full screen presentation mode, server for layout, multi-select, and full screen buttons. 9x9 layout, multi-select. 9x9 layout, multi-select, and full screen buttons. 9x9 layout. Oh, 9x9 layout, i.e. showing 9 puzzles on screen at the same time. Multi-select. What did I mean by multi-select, though? Yeah, we definitely want a multi-puzzle UI sometime eventually. It's weird. Oh, that's okay. Multi-puzzle UI. I don't know exactly how this is gonna work, but I want to have a way of operating more than one puzzle at the same time. Either before and after, or talking about 2 puzzles, or animating from one to the other. But right now, the engine isn't good for that. It needs some tweaking to make that smoother. Live promo links, okay. Oh yeah, I want to have side promos. Live promos for real-time events. Like streams. I want to be able to go live on a stream, press a button, and then have a promo go up for anybody who solves the puzzle after that, for, you know, while the stream is on. And then when I press a button again, nobody else gets that promo. Alternate digits with images and countable groupings of things. Okay. Where would that go? Maybe under new features, huh? UI themes. Maybe under UI themes. No, I think this deserves a. So alternate digits. Countable objects. You know, for kids and stuff like that. What do I write here? Sheep, 3 dogs. Yeah, okay. We probably, where did I write this? There, I'd like to. There was something about testing somewhere. Refactor improvement, testing. Define target user personas. E.G young solvers new to Sudoku. Like a couple of examples. Class 6 experience only. Speed solvers. You know, I wanna define some target users that I can test ideas against in theoretical situations. Since you're on a feature request, may I ask you to be able to clone a SudokuPad tab in a way that it will have a separate key to save the state locally. A separate key to save the state locally. It will have a separate key to save the state locally. Be super when you use SudokuPad for setting puzzles. Separate key. What exactly do you mean by separate key? Do you mean to have more than, like, to basically save progress under a different ID? Like to have multiple progresses for the same puzzle? Because there's a related feature that I wrote up somewhere on a list somewhere that I didn't come across today, which was having kind of almost like save spots in your progress. So you could save your current progress and then continue with the progress and then reset, you know, like go back to these checkpoints, progress checkpoints basically. And with that feature, you could do the same thing. You could just have a checkpoint at the start of the puzzle and then play the same puzzle in multiple branches and have different checkpoints. Is that what you mean? Like having different progresses for the same puzzle? I.e., you know, overwrite the puzzle ID basically with a URL parameter, that kind of thing. Like if that's what you mean, that wouldn't be too hard to do actually. Like if I clone a SudokuPad tab multiple times and then refresh all of them, they will all reset to the same state. So you mean parallel progress, right? Since you're clone a SudokuPad. Okay, that I can add, right? New feature, multiple progress for same puzzle. Well, save points could help. Not exactly. I see what you're saying. Well, it depends how they're implemented, right? But it's definitely related, right? I mean, right now, for example, I mean, you could use some JavaScript and overwrite the ID inside the puzzle data after you load the puzzle, but obviously it gets overridden, right? So in a way, one of the things I could do is I could just have an argument like I could do something like question mark. Jeez. No. So for example, if I had a puzzle and then I'll say overwrite ID, and then you can say ABC, right? And then and then it would say when you loaded with this, it would automatically replace, as it loads the puzzle, it would replace the puzzle ID with that, and the puzzle ID is what it uses for saving progress. And then you could have a button that every time it opens a tab, it'll just say tab 001, you know, and it'll just increment the number or whatever. Yeah, okay. Multiple progress states, same puzzle. Can I attach notes? Like if I want to add additional information to something like that without making the thing bigger, I guess I can just add it on the side and then so overwrite puzzle ID from query string overwrite or ID overwrite equals tab 1, something like this, and then clone browser tab with new overwrite ID. All right, something like that. Yeah, that's kind of, I mean, I could basically show you what code you would want to use to basically hook the puzzle load. And the puzzle load, I think there's basically two events. One, when the puzzle is first loaded without progress. So we have loaded and progress loaded. So if you hook one and then the other, you could hack it. So for example, Like if I look for progress loaded, right? Let me think. We can hack this together, right? So let's do this really quick. So we have our little closure. Is that visible, right? So we have our little closure. Inside the closure, we want to do we want to wait for DOM content loaded. So we want to do window.add event listener DOM content loaded, right? And then here we want to do yeah, you need to get this in early, so I have to be careful where I put this. If I just paste it in the console, it's not gonna mean much. I wonder if, does it survive a page refresh if I put it in the console? Like, if we go here, right, and I put this here, can I restart the tab while having my script running? Like if I refresh it now, the script won't stick around. It'll be hard to test actually. But yeah, but basically you want to do something like let app equals frame await. It's got to be async, sync, await framework, let get app, right? And then we want to do, we just looked at this, right? Trigger. Now, are we on app or are we on puzzle? That's the real question. We're on puzzle, right? So we have app, oh, just say const app equals that, and puzzle equals app, and then we'll do puzzle dot on progress loaded. I'll just say progress loaded here. And I think the other one is just loaded. So we have start and loaded, right? So we'll do start and load it, start, and we're gonna do script. We'll put that here. Right. And now to be able to get this to run early, I'm actually gonna just stick it into, I'm just gonna stick it into a feature file. We see the one I was just working on recently. So if I put it here, it should execute fairly early, right? So if I now go and go to localhost and run this, I think because the server is restarting in a second moment, right? So script DOM loaded, progress loaded, start. Let us add timestamps. Not from here, but from here. So if I now fill this in, right? And then I'll do something like if we do puzzle, framework dot app dot to p81. If I do this, it will get us all the ones, right? So this should tell us what the current content is at these various stages. Right, so if I save this and refresh this, if I do this, I might have to, this should save. Yeah, so if I do refresh this here now, yeah, so between loaded and progress loaded, if you modify the ID there, it should then load from the other puzzle. Unless at this point the loading has already started, but I don't think it has. I'll have to double check that. So by hooking into loaded, you should be able to get the ID. You should be able to replace the ID, and then it should load the data from the customized ID that you've put in. All right. What was I looking at? I was looking at the list from here. Buy features. Feature shop. Let's buy feature. Okay. Playing cards and Sudoku symbols. Oh yeah. Where did I put that? I put that under alternate digits. Playing cards. Because cards are very popular. Yeah, there's something generally I want to do. Like I want to do progression. Gather features over time / effort. I don't know. I want some sort of progression. I want something. You know, sometimes some systems they'll say, oh, you can earn hints or you can earn undos or things like that. And I don't like those, but I want some kind of progression because I want to do more game design style stuff. Like I want to have inventory and skills and things like that. Mm-hmm. Oh yes, print support. Print support. Single puzzle PDF output. No. We want multi-puzzle sheets for classrooms, multi-puzzle sheets, single puzzle layout. So we want to have scanning back of progress. You know, I don't know, progress OCR. Well, we have the good old puzzle scanner. So maybe progress OCR is not a crazy thing after all. All right. Let's see. High reliability offline online tabs, local cache puzzles. Yeah. Server-side constraint parsing and moderation. Server-side constraint parsing. That's kind of stupid. Yeah, I was like, if I can build a scripting system into Sudoku, I want to be able to implement Conway's game of life, and maybe even like have it do, you know, digits or hints or something, or constraints and things like that. Equations with placeholders and Sudokus or rule constraints. Yeah. Where is that? This is educational. I think Project 9x9 is not even necessary here because there's nothing specific. Algebra support for rules, comma, hints, and constraints. So you can put in digits and have to make up sums and things like that. Let's see, team-based Sudoku. So I think I have that under new features, multi-user puzzling, co-op, groups, support and teaching. Like I want to be able to have things like having people ask for help and then have a helper log in and share the puzzle and kind of help them out that way, you know? Where would that go? Sysops. Open source. Open source rendering. Open source. Tutorials and docs. Actually, I want to do docs and tutorials. So, you know, open source, the rules text, wiki, etc. Open source and wiki. All right, what else? What else? What else? Team-based, public repository, rules text, cooperative play with groups playing but only one operator. Yeah, I wrote, let's minimize these, groups support, groups, what was it called? Deathmatch. Free for all, I think might be more appropriate, but we also want, supervised group co-op. For like teachers and things like that, right? I don't know why that just says do-op. All right, what else did I have? Animation for cell hinting. Oh yeah. Just UI animations. Hints or pencil marks. So selection, fog reveal. I mean, we have that already, but it might need some improvement. Other things like that. Solver username set on client for progress submission solver. Username set solver. Okay, offer context default actions on mouse hover. Context sensitive default actions on mouse hover. What the hell did I mean by that? Offer context sensitive default actions on mouse hover. Oh wait, it has sub points, pencil marks, clear marks, enter digits. Ah, okay. Okay. Wow, there's still a lot of stuff. Like, I don't remember writing this. Okay, so look at the novelty. Okay, Stuka Adventure. Each was in a room with doors up to 4 directions. Where did I write Stuka Adventures? Here. Navigable space with puzzles. Yeah, docs are difficult. Is there like an unfold all? Unfold all. Unfold. If I do mirror row unfold all, collapse all and unfold all. If I do random nodes, if not, can you please share example? There's an existing wishlist idea for a good expand collapse all nodes once you may want to upload. It's disappointing. Collapse all. Additional details above. Click on a parent that can collapse all topics of the child. Collapsing the child. Handy while making a dissertation. Granted. Oh, no. I mean, I guess if I... Oh, I can't collapse from the top level? Oh, that's weird. I can't collapse from here either. Wait, why can't I collapse anymore? Oh, I was zoomed out too far? Oh, but I want to uncollapse. Oh my god. I want to get an overview. How much stuff did I put in here today? So I gotta click all these colored dots. Oh, geez. All right. I guess we put a lot of stuff in here today. Oof. All right. Holy moly. Oh my. Okay, I think I need to put this on my portrait monitor. Yeah, I'm running out of steam, so I'm just gonna look at the glory of this monster, but I'm not gonna add too much more today. And I still feel like a lot of stuff that are like foundational that have been on my mind for a long time aren't on here. Because they're just so like in my mind that I probably didn't bother writing them down. Ay, ay, ay. Adult themed puzzles, port wines, etc. To do. If finished while paused, undo last pause and recalculation. Yeah, okay. Admin Monday, accountability stream. Out of space. Okay, yeah, that's a bug I know about. Thermal issue. Letter 2 pages, touch share, alt and keyboard layout handling. Yeah, that's on there on the list. Server API, yeah, okay. Oh my, that's not even the planning section of this. Oh no, okay. Okay, I think I have enough for this. You put some pins and needles onto this mind map, you'll look like a detective. Yeah. I'll print it out. I'll stick it on a whiteboard and then put some red string all over it or something. Is there a way of like making this a bit? Oh no, wrong tool. Is there a way of like making this a little bit less compacted like this? I guess the way it would be to do the vertical, sorry, the landscape format version of this. I wonder if I can toggle this. Change theme. Ooh, will that kill everything if I do this? Oh, okay. It doesn't make it better. It doesn't make it better. No, it doesn't really help. But it's cool that I can change that. I'm happy about that. Oh, geez. All right. Thanks for hanging out, Chameleon. It's always nice to have somebody to share my suffering with. Also, my YouTube is... Oh, it's not frozen, it's just off. I was just using it for the chat because Restream is so unreliable. All right, I'm gonna have to do some test streams to try out the different bit rates. I was hoping to go up from 6 kilobits. I used to be on 2 kilobits, jeez. My save files are really big as well now. Anywho... Well, I feel like we've accomplished something today. Actually, this was quite good. Helps me to, and now I can start saying, okay, how big are these things? Where should they be on the timeline? Maybe I'll split this into now and in the future. You know, like the V2.0 and the V1.0. Like, there's not a lot of details here. I have definitely a lot more details to say about these things. Well, anyway, thanks for hanging out. It's always nice to have somebody around. And I'll catch you in the next one, I hope. And see you on the Discord. All right. Take care. Bye-bye. Yeah, next stream we'll start from the top. Don't stop the stream until we get to the bottom. You know, it'll be one of those 72-hour streams or whatever. All right.